Right, today in this video, I'm going to give you 4 tips to give you a better experience running with your dog. Have you ever ran with your dog? I have, and it's bloody brilliant. Obviously, we all know dogs are man's best friend, and it's great. You've got a training partner, you've got a little companion on your runs, you've got someone to blow off some steam with. Man's best friend, we all know it, but running with them is another level. First of all, have you got the right dog? My dog's called Gina. She's a rescue. She's a medium-sized dog. She's pretty nimble on her feet. She's a pretty ideal dog to run with. She's probably mixed with like Whippet, Jack Russell, I don't know, Beagle. A lot of the time, when we're going out on walks, we rarely let her off the lead, and you shouldn't let her off the lead if your callback isn't great.
Sometimes it may be good, sometimes it may be shit.
Anyway, I digress. Having the right dog is very important. If you've got a big beast of a dog, you could go running off down the trail, licking someone to death, and probably flatten them. You don't want that. And on the other hand, you could have some tiny little teacup dog. You won't be able to keep up with it. You'll just be dragging it along behind you, and that's no fun for the dog, is it? And that's leading on to point 2, do you know your dog? Now for me, Gina is an absolute beast. We've trained together at least a year or so now. I can tell when Gina needs to go to the toilet. I can tell when she's getting a bit tired. I can tell when she needs to take a break. So you need to know your dog. You should be able to pick up on their signals. Any little bit of wet, she hates it. I guess water's like Marmite to dogs. They either love it or they hate it. Gina is in the latter. But regardless, I take her out anyway and she enjoys it. Like I said, I take her on pretty much all of my runs, apart from some of the interval training, some of the sprints. You gonna go? No? It's okay. Come on. It's not that fair on her when I'm 30 seconds into a hard minute sprint and she has to stop for a piss. We end up having a bit of a tug of war. She hates me. I'm a bit frustrated because I'm having to stop. It's no fun for anyone. So sprints, I normally leave her at home and I'll just take her out for the long runs. You've got to build up their fitness just like you build up your fitness. For instance, I took Gina on a 20-mile run last year, which was part of my marathon training. You can't go taking a dog out on a 20-mile run without any running experience at all. That would be just bloody cruel. Obviously, there's some exceptions. Some dogs are just built for endurance. Generally speaking, like us humans, they need to train as well. So every training plan I do, I start with her, I see it through. So she gets a good, consistent training plan and we're not just jumping into high mileage straight away. You'll end up getting injuries, you'll end up hating it, you won't want to run again. And we all love running, don't we? Especially with our dogs. And the final thing is recovery. Just like us, they need to recover too. If I've been out on a 20-mile run, just like me, she will need to relax for the rest of the day too. Make sure she gets good food and water and has a nice sleep. And also eating. I like to eat a couple of hours before, and that should be the same for dogs as well. It's never that enjoyable if there's food sloshing around your stomach. It's better for digestion, and also time of day is a big thing. In the UK, you're pretty safe to go out any time of the day in the winter, spring and autumn. But in the summer, if it's a really hot day, all the dog lovers out there know you shouldn't take a dog out in the full midday sun. But for those of you unaware, in the morning and in the evening, when it's a bit cooler, is the best time. Obviously bring water, check their pads after runs as well, maybe apply some ointment. It's all the better. Your dog will love you, the dog will love the runs, because we all love dogs. See you later.